Hey, I'm the mama, and I think it's gonna be a boy.
What's going on? It's your boy Sosa. I'm the daddy. I'm telling girl, you feel me? Telling girl, it's a girl. I already know it, man. You feel me? Brandon, I'm a cousin. It's gonna be a girl.
Hey, Friday. I'm a friend of Jazz from work, and I think it's gonna be a boy. My name is Jasmine. I'm a friend of Jazz, and I think it's gonna be a girl.
This story begins like so many others, a young couple, seemingly in love, sharing their perfect relationship on social media. But this is no typical love story. It's a heartbreaking tragedy, one that ends in violence, loss, and unspeakable heartbreak. What appeared to be a joyful, hopeful relationship quickly descends into terror. Jasmine Cooper, a 27-year-old woman on the verge of welcoming her daughter with the man she loved, Keyshawn Williams, had everything to look forward to. Their social media was filled with moments of happiness and anticipation until one fateful day, everything changed. On July 9th, 2025, the quiet anticipation of their growing family turned into a nightmare. Police arrived at apartment 302 in Greenville, North Carolina, to find Jasmine unresponsive, 9 months pregnant, and her life and her unborn daughters tragically murdered just a day after a gender reveal celebration. Behind the facade of a perfect relationship was a secret that would shock everyone. And the man responsible for this heinous crime, her very own fiancé, Keyshawn Williams. But what no one knew at the time was that Keyshawn, who was supposed to be the father, did not want a baby girl. The motive would stun even the most experienced investigators, revealing a twisted truth that no one saw coming. Before we explore the devastating turn of events that no one saw coming, let's rewind and understand the relationship that on the surface seemed flawless but held secrets that would eventually shatter everything. Jasmine Cooper was born on March 17, 1996, and she was a force to be reckoned with. Ambitious, loving, and full of promise, she was carving out a bright future for herself. A student at NC State University, Jasmine was pursuing a degree in industrial and systems engineering with a minor in social work. Her determination and passion for learning were evident in every aspect of her life. But Jasmine had big plans for the future, particularly after graduation. She wasn't just focused on academics, she had an unwavering desire to succeed in whatever path she chose. Jasmine had already completed 3 internships with Toyota North America, laying the groundwork for her dream of becoming an intellectual property and patent attorney. She wasn't one to shy away from a challenge, and her relentless drive and intelligence were paving the way for a successful career. However, Jasmine's life wasn't solely about academics and career aspirations. She was also deeply connected to her community. Her heart for service was clear through her active involvement at her church, where she volunteered her time to help others. Spending time with her family was also a priority for her, and it was evident that her love for her loved ones, especially her child from a previous relationship, was boundless.
Okay, so we order. Everybody sit down and wait. So pretty. Ooh. Can't wait to see what it looks like.
Jasmine adored her daughter, and her capacity for love was immense. It was clear she was destined to be an incredible mother, someone who would pour all her love into raising her children and providing them with a bright future. But tragically, Jasmine's bright future would be overshadowed by a man who would change the course of her life forever. Jasmine's life took a new turn when she met Keyshawn Lontel Williams, a 29-year-old truck driver from Greenville. Their relationship, which seemed perfect from the outside, began to take shape. Social media posts showed them laughing, going out, and sharing sweet moments.
You want what? What's that?
So this one, you have...
It's a challenge.
Is it about food?
No. It's you get away with having a sneaky link.
Get away with what?
Having a sneaky link. Come watch it.
What the hell you want to try that for?
Keyshawn, who also went by Love Sosa online, portrayed himself as the ideal partner, dedicated, loving, and supportive. To the outside world, Jasmine and Keyshawn appeared inseparable. Their relationship, spanning 3 years, looked like the epitome of a perfect love story. Their bond seemed unbreakable, and when Keyshawn finally proposed to Jasmine, her radiant yes seemed to seal their future together. After the proposal, they moved into apartment 302 at the Heritage at Arlington Apartments on West Arlington Boulevard in Greenville, North Carolina, eager to begin a new chapter in their lives. The couple had big dreams and even bigger plans for their future. But appearances can be deceiving. Social media, with its curated snapshots of happiness, often conceals the darker realities behind closed doors. Not long after settling in, Jasmine discovered she was pregnant. The news filled her with joy. She was preparing to welcome a baby girl, a child she had already named Kiani.
Okay, hey, I'm the mama, and I think it's gonna be a boy.
What's going on? It's your boy Sosa. I'm the daddy. I'm telling girl, you feel me? Telling girl, it's a girl, I already know it, man. You feel me?
Jasmine proudly shared the name online, posting updates about her pregnancy journey and her excitement at becoming a mother again. Friends and followers saw a woman glowing with anticipation, counting down the days until she could hold her daughter. Her social media painted a picture of devotion and celebration. Valentine's Day posts showed Jasmine gushing over Keyshawn's romantic gestures, describing the surprise he had arranged as proof of their love. She frequently uploaded photos and heartfelt captions, each one reinforcing the image of a couple deeply in love. Yet beneath the polished posts, cracks were beginning to show. While Jasmine's account overflowed with declarations of happiness, Keyshawn's presence online was far more muted.
That's what I did for my baby for Valentine's Day.
Let's go! That's more like it.
That's what I did for her, y'all. So I'm about to go get her. And tell her to come to the room. She'll know what's going on.
The imbalance hinted at a troubling reality. Jasmine was pouring her heart into a relationship that, behind the scenes, was shifting in ways no one scrolling through her feed could see. But no one could have guessed that the man who once kissed her growing belly would become the one to take her life. Jasmine's pregnancy had been a time of celebration. She had attended her baby's gender reveal party, surrounded by friends and family, and was only days away from welcoming her baby girl. Her hospital bag was packed, her nursery ready, and life appeared to be on track. But beneath the surface, something had changed in Keyshawn. His once loving demeanor began to shift. Friends and family started noticing that Keyshawn seemed more distant. His social media posts became less frequent, and there were whispers of tension between the couple. Despite no outward signs of violence or any official reports, the cracks in the relationship were there. By July 9th, the tension reached a boiling point. What started as an argument over the baby's paternity escalated quickly. Keyshawn's anger, possibly fueled by jealousy and doubt, erupted in violence. He first struck Jasmine with his fists. Then he grabbed a metal pipe and repeatedly hit her in the head, face, and chest. But he didn't stop there. He dragged her into their bedroom and strangled her with his bare hands. After the brutal attack, Keyshawn attempted to stage the scene, driving to his mother's house to fabricate an alibi. At 9:50 a.m., police received a welfare check to apartment 302. When they arrived, they found Jasmine unresponsive. She was rushed to the hospital, but both she and her unborn daughter were pronounced dead shortly after. Keyshawn didn't stop there. In an attempt to cover up his crime, he took to social media, posting a message of fake grief. He pretended to be devastated, claiming he didn't know what happened, but the evidence told a different story. After the horrific discovery of Jasmine and her baby's death, the investigation quickly intensified. The Greenville Police Department, assisted by the Greenville Emergency Response Team and the Fugitive Criminal Apprehension Team, worked tirelessly to piece together the truth of what happened behind the closed doors of apartment 302. Keyshawn's attempts to deceive the police were evident from the moment they responded to the welfare check. His frantic 911 call, in which he feigned ignorance about what had happened to Jasmine, was a calculated attempt to manipulate the authorities. But the police weren't fooled. When they arrived at the apartment, they found Jasmine's body in a gruesome state. Signs of a violent struggle were everywhere. The medical examiner's findings confirmed that Jasmine had died as a result of blunt force trauma and strangulation. Tragically, her unborn daughter was affected, likely due to the injuries sustained by Jasmine.
In many domestic violence cases, police are often aware of the problem due to prior instances of being called for sin. But in the case, police say there were no early warning signs before they were called to the apartment of Jasmine Cooper and Keyshawn Williams. 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper was 38 weeks pregnant when she was killed by blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation.
We received a call for just check welfare in the early morning hours of the 9th. Officers responded to the victim's address and found her there to be unresponsive.
According to social media posts, Cooper had planned to name her unborn daughter Kiani, who tragically passed away with her.
She was immediately transported by our EMS personnel in hopes that we would be able to do emergency procedures to save the child's life. I do not know from the injuries and have no reason to believe that there were any injuries that caused the child to die individually and most likely succumb to the mother's injuries.
In the following days, police scoured the crime scene, collecting crucial evidence, including a metal pipe believed to be the weapon used in the attack. Fingerprints found on the pipe matched both Jasmine and Keyshawn, sealing the case against him. DNA samples were also taken, further confirming his involvement. While the physical evidence was damning, it was the digital investigation that turned the tide in the case. Keyshawn's online behavior, particularly his social media posts after the crime, became a focal point for investigators. His grief-stricken Facebook status, in which he claimed to have lost everything and even suggested he might end his own life, was part of his ploy to portray himself as a victim. But this wasn't grief. This was a manipulative attempt to play the role of a distraught partner, trying to cover his tracks. As investigators delved deeper into the case, they found that Keyshawn had been hiding dark secrets behind his public persona. Despite the happy photos on social media, friends and family close to Jasmine had long suspected something was amiss. Jasmine's family and friends recalled moments of tension, jealousy, and even outbursts of violence from Keyshawn. His behavior had raised red flags that no one fully understood at the time. Jasmine, however, seemed trapped in a cycle of love and control, a toxic combination that is all too common in abusive relationships. She had once confided in a few close friends about her fears, and some had encouraged her to leave. But Jasmine, who had always seen the good in people, especially in the man she loved, didn't believe that Keyshawn could hurt her. Yet, in the final days leading up to her death, Jasmine was beginning to see the truth. The tension in their relationship was reaching a breaking point, and Keyshawn's jealousy over their baby's paternity only made things worse. After committing the unthinkable, Keyshawn fled the scene, driving to his mother's house in an attempt to cover up his crime. But police were already hot on his trail. With surveillance footage from nearby cameras, Keyshawn's movements were tracked. At 9 a.m., he was seen leaving the apartment complex, carrying a bag, just moments before officers were called to the scene. Police soon connected the dots. Keyshawn had killed Jasmine and their unborn child before he even made his 911 call, a fact that would be crucial in the case against him. Investigators found that Keyshawn's cell phone records placed him at the apartment during the critical time window, further corroborating their findings. And his internet history revealed chilling searches about strangulation methods and domestic violence laws. The pieces of the puzzle were coming together, and the full scope of Keyshawn's manipulation and violence was becoming clear. On July 15, 2023, 6 days after the brutal murders, law enforcement tracked Keyshawn Williams to his mother's house in Pitt County, North Carolina. But when authorities arrived, Keyshawn was not going to surrender easily. A tense 2-hour standoff ensued, with police surrounding the house and negotiating for Keyshawn's surrender. It wasn't until just after 11 a.m. that Keyshawn was finally taken into custody. Video footage from local TV helicopters showed Keyshawn being escorted in handcuffs to a Pitt County Sheriff's Office van, marking the end of his brief freedom. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, one for Jasmine and one for their unborn daughter.
Police arrested a man today following a standoff and charged him with killing his girlfriend and her unborn child. Greenville police, a 29-year-old Keyshawn Williams, was arrested just after 11 a.m. today at a home in the 1100 block of Eagle Chase Lane after a brief standoff with police. Williams is charged with the murder of his girlfriend, 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper, as well as her unborn child. Officers tell WI10 that it's believed that the child was Williams's. Officers went to an apartment on West Arlington Boulevard back on July 9th, just before 10 a.m. for a report of an unresponsive woman. Cooper, who police said was 38 weeks pregnant, was taken to ECU Health Medical Center, where she and her unborn baby girl died. Police said an autopsy revealed the woman died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. Williams is in the Pitt County Detention Center under no bond.
News of Jasmine and Talani's tragic deaths shook the Greenville community to its core.
We first begin tracking crime. A Greenville man has been charged for the murder of his pregnant girlfriend and unborn child. Police say on July 9th, 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper was found unresponsive and died at the hospital. Medical examiners determined Cooper's death was a homicide. Today, police arrested Cooper's boyfriend, 29-year-old Keyshawn Williams, as a suspect. Williams is charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of murder for the unborn child.
The loss of a vibrant, ambitious young woman and her unborn child devastated everyone who knew her. Friends and family expressed their heartbreak, disbelief, and anger at the senseless violence that had ripped their loved ones away. A candlelight vigil was held near the apartment complex where the crime took place, with mourners leaving flowers and baby clothes as a tribute to Jasmine and her daughter. Local churches offered grief counseling to help the community cope with the loss, and a joint memorial service was held for both Jasmine and her baby at Sycamore Chapel Baptist Church, Greenville, NC. As of the update of this story, Keyshawn Williams' trial has yet to occur, with preliminary hearings still pending. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, the weight of the evidence against him is overwhelming. Physical evidence from the crime scene, cell phone data, surveillance footage, and Keyshawn's disturbing internet searches have all painted a picture of a man driven by jealousy, control, and rage. Prosecutors have signaled that they will seek the death penalty or life imprisonment for Keyshawn, as the slaying of a pregnant woman is a capital offense in North Carolina. While the wheels of justice slowly turn, the family and community continue to mourn the loss of Jasmine and her unborn daughter. But they are determined to see this case through, to make sure that Keyshawn is held accountable for the 2 lives he destroyed.
Jasmine's story is a stark reminder of the dangers that can exist behind closed doors, even in relationships that appear to be filled with love and promise. The signs were there, the subtle shifts in behavior, the controlling tendencies, and the growing distance between the couple. But Jasmine's story also highlights a tragic reality. The warning signs of abuse can be easy to overlook or dismiss, especially when a person is in love and hopes for change. The story of Jasmine and Kalani serves as a warning, a call for awareness and vigilance. Domestic violence is not always loud and violent in the beginning. It can be hidden beneath a smile, masked by a carefully curated online presence, and ignored until it's too late. This case shows us that we need to pay attention to the signs, speak up when we see something wrong, and never ignore the silent cries for help. Jasmine and baby Kalani's story is one of heartbreak, but it is also one of awareness. This tragedy could have been avoided, and it serves as a stark reminder that we must not ignore the silent cries for help, whether they come in the form of subtle behaviors, social media posts, or quiet fears. If we want to prevent future tragedies, we must become more vigilant in recognizing the signs of domestic violence and take action before it's too late. This case has left many unanswered questions, but it also offers valuable lessons. The story of Jasmine Cooper and her baby will continue to haunt those who knew them, but it will also serve as a cautionary tale for anyone who has ever believed that abuse can't happen to them. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this story intriguing, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.